All right, folks, good evening or welcome back. If you are just coming back from the girls' game, we're about set for boys basketball action here on Mustang Media tonight between the number 4 and 5 seed, the number 5 seed being in the Grand Forks Red River, and the number 4 seed obviously being the Cheyenne Mustangs. Wolf, another one that should be fairly close, kind of unpredictable, if you will.
The 4-5 seed always seems to be that game, whether it's boys or girls, that seems to be the most likely for an upset or the one that will be most tightly contested. And you look at EDC records and you might think, well, Red River is not nearly as accomplished as Cheyenne, but this is a Red River team that has played a lot of the top teams in the EDC very tough. And we know that Cheyenne, we've seen it throughout the season, Tristan, where they go through bouts of not taking care of the ball and some sloppy turnovers and things like that. And that's the type of thing that Cheyenne can't have tonight. I think if they're going to come out victorious, they need to take care of the ball, control the boards, and look to score in transition a little bit. But this Red River team is not a team you want to look past. Yes, definite size advantage for Cheyenne, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be an easy game for the Mustangs tonight.
Yeah, so we're set for starting lineups here. It seems like it's going to be the same as normal for the Mustangs. In Bernstein, Krejci, Keller, Spielman, Smith, I think.
Yeah. And again, we talked about in the girls' game, do you shorten that bench, or do you maybe dole out a few less minutes to some of the players based upon things? I know the last time that we did a game, Cole Martin had a boot on. He had something going on with a foot. I'm not sure what his status is for tonight. And, everybody's dealing with bumps and bruises and nicks and illnesses and this sort of thing at this time of year, but it doesn't really matter. It's tournament time, and you've got to roll with the best players that you have and see what it is you can come away with. And no one's going to feel sorry for you. You can't feel sorry for yourself. But, you might tighten up those rotations a little bit. You might have someone that maybe averages 8 or 10 minutes a game that only is going to get 4 tonight. You just got to do what you feel is necessary to give yourself a chance to win the game. Again, win 2 before you lose 2, and you've got a chance to punch that ticket to the state tournament next weekend in Bismarck, and that's what the hope is for the Mustangs tonight as the lights are going down. And the starting lineups are going to be upcoming. Just one quick update. So we updated some of those girls matchups. Right now, Fargo Shanley leads Red River 46-36 with about 4 minutes to go. So Shanley looks like they may have a chance to advance to play against Cheyenne. On the girls' side, we know the other semifinal will be Davies and Cheyenne. Boys action, one game has started. Fargo Davies leads Fargo South 21-11 with 7 minutes to go in the first half. The other games tonight, the Packers are hosting Fargo North. Horace is going to be hosting Grand Forks Central, and then, of course, this game between Cheyenne and Red River. Those are the 4 quarterfinals for tonight in the boys' side of the bracket. A lot of the same teams playing, and again, wouldn't be shocked if at least 3 of the teams are the same on the boys' side as the girls, and that would be Davies, Horace, and potentially Cheyenne, as those are all hosting double headers tonight as top seeds in the EDC tournament.
Most definitely. So about set for game action here as 7:15 tip, so we're on time. Feels like for once. Well,
well, and that's hard
for those of you that know our streams.
When you stack double headers like that, you're always planning on, but you can never be positive that that's how it's going to turn out. And tonight, with a 2-hour gap in between instead of an hour and a half, plenty of time tonight. As Red River is going to start tonight, number 0, James Schindler. They've got
Schindler,
1,
Neal, Walters,
Walters,
Jonathan, and Dosh. As Red River starts out this game with a possession here. As
There's
that one's off of,
a kick.
That'll be a kick
by
on Krejci.
And then here's one of those things. You've got, again, a definite size advantage for Cheyenne overall. There is some height for Red River, but not across the board the way that it is for Cheyenne. But Red River is quick, and they can shoot it.
Dosh with the
And there's
ball.
the first one, right in rhythm, catch and shoot. And Red River on the board to start the game.
Spielman to Keller.
Red River putting a lot of pressure on the ball and those
Krejci with
active hands.
Receiving a screen from Bernstein there.
There's
Spielman
good
wide
find.
open.
Spielman was open, took a second for Bernstein to find him, but eventually does, and the Mustangs on the board. Smith hounding Neal.
Neal from the logo here. Schindler now covered by Spielman. He gets one out to Neal. Neal with another one, and that one doesn't drop. As Krejci will catch up to this one. Keller with the drive inside.
That's a good take, good strong move to the rack by Keller. Ends up a little short, but that was a good take. I like that. I want to see Cheyenne be aggressive in attacking the rim tonight and not settle for open threes all the time. So I think you're going to see a lot of movement, a lot of motion from both of these offenses.
Dosh can't connect on the three. Dosh with the only three of the night so far, being 3-2 here.
Good
And
move
Smith
and just
tipped away there, I think.
well, and I know it looks pretty to go up with that hand like that, and that's going to be off Dosh. But I like to see the two hands on the ball and just going strong to that basket because you know you're going to get jostled in there.
Keller hits a three.
Catch and shoot, good rhythm there for Keller. That skip pass. And again, Smith hounding Neal.
This one out to the corner. Walters
Really
can't get one
good
to
box
go.
out by Krejci there. He didn't get the rebound, but did an excellent job boxing out Jonasson.
Great job. Back out to Keller, almost mishandled. Keller takes a mid-range jumper, gets his own rebound, and Krejci finally connects.
I think one thing you're going to see, and this tends to happen at tournament time, refs are going to let guys play a little bit. There's going to be a little more bumping, a little more contact than what you're used to seeing in some high school games. Things that might have been fouls earlier maybe aren't going to get that same call. And every player, and this happens boys and girls, every player needs to make that mental adjustment that, hey, I'm not going to be given anything for free. I'm going to have to work at this.
Krejci down low to Bernstein.
Good drop step. Good.
Making some room. Tried to get to, I think he was going to Keller there. Had to keep it short due to the rim, but.
Again, there was contact there, but no call because there was no competitive advantage with that, and that's going to be off. We'll see if Keller looks to push in transition. That's what Coach Brandt asked for. Good take.
Keller right there.
That's the thing with his length. He gets that step through, and he kind of just hangs there for that extra second, and that 6'5" frame allows him to still put up a shot after his defender is kind of already on his way down, and that one's thrown away. Good defensive pressure by the Mustangs as we're going to see Gable and Zanker for the first time, and that's going to be a timeout for Red River as Coach Krefting isn't liking what he's seeing right now. 13:34 to go. Mustangs lead 9-3. We'll be right back.
All right, folks, welcome back here to the Cheyenne Gymnasium. 4 versus 5 matchup here in the quarterfinals of the EDC tournament as Wolf, like we talked about in the game before, just have to win 2 here.
Yeah, get those 2 wins before you can chalk 2 losses and you're going to the state tournament, which is going to take place next Thursday, Friday, Saturday at the Bismarck Civic and Events Center. Krejci, nice find to Zanker. Good kick, and there's another look. And Keller is heating up. That's 8 for Keller of the 12 Mustang points. And he's posing a problem for Red River right now.
Hey, over to Neal, down low to Dosh.
Yeah,
as
Krejci dropped those hands. He raised him up quickly again to say, hey, that wasn't me. But anytime those hands come down as a player is going up, you're probably going to get called on that foul.
First foul of the night comes against Krejci. 13 minutes on the mark left to go in the first half.
That will be something important for Cheyenne as well, I think, is to stay out of foul trouble if at all possible. Which is hard when you're playing that hard up-tempo, in-your-face defense, but trying not to foul. That can sometimes pose a problem.
Zanker now.
Oh, great
slip.
Find. Nice. Really well executed there. As Gable comes over and fakes that screen for Zanker and just slips it and takes off. Easy pass, easy find. Good job by Krejci to just deliver it in rhythm. And Gable, that's too easy
wide
for
to pay.
Cheyenne.
Almost connects there. It's rebounded by the Riders here. Tray ball from Walters is too short.
And Coach Brandt, again, he's wanting pace. Oh.
Killer. I don't know if that was intentional. It paid out for him either way, but Gable on the inside. Can't connect, and I don't know, be tipped away and intercepted there by Keller.
Good job here slowing this down, resetting. No numbers for the Mustangs. You've got a good 9-point lead to start here. Let's not start being reckless or anything like that. Keep executing the way you have.
Gable with an open 3. Trey.
Not often that Brennan Gable's going to be your 3-point shooter, but knocks down the corner 3. And Cheyenne up 12. Great start for the Mustangs here. And Gable's fired up. He's working hard against Pay, and that one's given away.
Spielman here down low to Zanker. Keller with the
crossover.
drive inside and a right hand.
And the and one opportunity. And I think that's going to be another timeout here for Red River. You know, and if you're Coach Crafting, you don't want to burn them this quickly, but you probably don't have a whole lot of choice. And here comes the timeout.
There's going to be the timeout.
So 19-5, Mustangs on a roll, 11:02 to go, first half. We'll be right back.
Our health. It's what keeps us doing what we love. It keeps our communities strong. So how are you doing? There's no easier way to take care of yourself than checking in with us, your primary care team at Essentia Health. In person or online, we offer scheduling and appointment options that fit your life. We'll care for you today and keep an eye on things for the future. And if needed, get you back on track. So take some time to connect with us because it's always good.
All right, folks, welcome back here to the Cheyenne Gymnasium. As
Keller makes the and one, 15-point lead. Great start for the Mustangs here. Oh!
Walters took a tumble there.
Lost his footing.
Keller back
pushing.
the other way.
Keller up to 13 now of the 22 points. And again, I don't think the footing is bad, just guys going a little faster than what they're used to. Oh, great find.
Great find. Keller on the inside.
And Coach Crafting not happy with that, but Cheyenne putting on a clinic right now. And there it is,
Zanker
taken
now.
away again, and there's
Gable
and he
inside
finishes.
with a left hand.
And if you're Coach Crafting, you hate to burn yet another timeout, but this one's starting to get away from you, down 21 with half of the first half to go. Good get to the rim by...
Oh, Gable came down hard on that one, and I think that's who it's going to be on.
I think that's Krejcia, and that's 2 on Krejcia. And again, you got to make sure you stay out of foul trouble, as I think Krejcia came down, or they are going to go with
It was Gable.
Okay, well, that's fortunate.
That hand kind of came down like a windmill there, and I was like...
So Zimny on now for the first time this evening.
Schindler here just trying to get around, make some room, and finally finds a bucket.
Good find. Wow, how he
Gable
got that
inside.
up. And the flex from Gable. I'm not sure how he got that up, but it worked out.
Gable's fired up right now. Being up 21, I don't blame him. As Dosh hits a 3.
And there's lots of time. If you're Red River, you can't panic. Yeah, you're down 18, but there's still half of the first half to go in the entire second half, so you just need to be calm and relaxed as there's a turnover, and then they're going to get Zimny on the foul there on the reach on that pass. That's the third team foul on Cheyenne.
Walters here. Inside, can't get one to go. Three ball from Schindler.
Again, slowly but surely. And again, Cheyenne, don't get out of control here.
Ooh.
Keep running what you've been doing.
Zimny
You're getting
inside.
plenty of good looks. There was nothing wrong with that look. There was some contact, but you will take that opportunity every time. Basketball's a game of runs. You're going to give up some shots. As there, we see Jonathan with the nice three, and it's down to 12. That you got to ride out these hot streaks by the other team when they go on a run. And there's a pass. Spielman, was not looking for it, and that one is finished by Walters.
Climbed back to within 10 here.
Good discipline by Red River. They've picked up the defensive intensity. Cheyenne, we've seen this, right, Tristan, where they get a little sloppy with some passes. And you just got to ride through this and figure things out as Smith and Zimny are going to come off.
Keller finds Spielman here. Spielman making some room,
Hey,
finds
that's a
it.
Great turnaround by Spielman. Good penetration, stop, gives that pump, that fake one direction, and then the turnaround jumper, nothing but net.
This one to Schindler.
Good job by Zanker hounding him on D.
Walters, deep three, nylon.
Nice. And good answer, and he's fired up as the lead is now single digits.
Zanker now to Krejci, thought about it.
Great
Pump
find.
fake, find to Bernstein on the inside.
Cheyenne should just keep working that. Continue to find those guys inside. Red River on a hot streak right now with the three ball, but that's not likely to last.
One thing to note, too, is Bernstein's wearing number 31 tonight. I'm tossing that in there for those at home.
Good turnaround, Jay, that time.
I think
by
Dosh.
Dosh.
Krejci inside now.
Good find. Oh,
Tipped away there, I think, by Dosh. Schindler trying to take a drive inside, Chips out to Dosh. Misses the three.
Red River looking for that high trap. There they find Bernstein inside. Good pump fake. And that's what you give up when you bring defenders out that high trying to find a trap, looking for that steal. Yeah, it puts pressure on the offense to make good passes, but ultimately you end up with open guys, and there's a 10-second call. It's probably the call you see least in high school basketball, especially with a guy. There's no press going there, but a 10-second call. Oh, there they got Bernstein again down low. Wow.
Dosh coming down hard
a
on
lot
that.
of contact, but that doesn't
Bernstein
matter.
finishes.
Bernstein sticks with it.
Jonathan coming back the other way. Over to Dosh. Dosh taking a drive down low.
Good
Thought
job
about
by
it.
Bernstein holding his feet and not biting on that pump fake. Really good job. As Spielman looks to penetrate, drops it off to Krejci, who can't handle. And
There's a
Neal,
drive inside, and Neal.
great job in transition by Red River on that possession. This one, a lot of energy being expended here.
36-25 now. A reminder, the Riders were originally down 21, I think.
Yeah. And again, this is all you need to have it. If you can hang around that 10-point margin at halftime, lots of time in the second half. As Gable will return.
Spielman now finds Gable. Spielman trying to drive inside, finds Gable in the paint, and that one's taken away by Pay. Neal now
calls for the screen and gets it. Good job by Smith, fighting through the screen, keeping great position as Schindler pops. As I said, you're not going to shoot at that high percentage with that three all night. Yeah, Red River went on a hot streak, but here's an opportunity for Cheyenne to widen it a little bit again. Got to be careful in there with those hands.
Spielman can't get the three to go there.
Not a bad look with that kick out.
Schindler now trying to set something up here. Calls for the screen.
Nice help defensively, and that's not getting there. Oh, wow.
Schindler almost had a save attempt there. That almost paid out.
That was quick thinking. And Cheyenne's going to take a timeout. So lots of action. 2:58 to go. A quick first half. Mustangs lead 36-25. We'll be right back.
All right, folks, welcome back here to the Cheyenne Gymnasium. 2:58 left to go in the first half. A high-scoring first half, if you will. 36-25 is your current score. Mustangs lead it. 3 teams fouls for the Mustang, 2 for the Riders. Really no one in foul trouble so far necessarily. I guess Keller on the Mustang side kind of leading the way in the point total as he's got 15 already.
So Cheyenne going to look to extend this lead in these last 3 minutes if at all possible, while Red River going to see if they can dig in, maybe get it to single digits. And here they are looking for that high trap. They got guys open.
Bernstein all the way over to Smith. Down low to Keller in the corner. That one can't drop.
Oh.
Bernstein inside made some
great
room.
job on defense there.
I think that was
That was
Kamara.
Miller. That was Miller on the
Miller.
block from behind on Bernstein. Thought he had an easy putback.
Neal to Pay. Down low to Schindler.
Little
Pay
version
with
of
two
the
of his own.
Cheyenne backdoor play pays off for Red River, and it's into single digits once again.
As that one's going to be out of bounds there by Keller.
No, I think they're going to get a foul on that one. I think that was Manasau with the push on Keller as he was driving the baseline there.
Spielman out to Bernstein with the 3 ball. That one can't drop. So that one doesn't drop there.
Pay kept it alive.
Monaco. Schindler drive inside.
Wow, he's quick. Controlled by Schindler.
Doesn't drop for
Or
him.
by Gable, sorry.
About a minute
Cheyenne
left to
wants
go.
Set something up here. Again, a lot of contact. That's what you're going to expect with postseason basketball. And here's Schindler on the transition. He's going to get an and one opportunity. He is electric quick, and he hit the gas and got right past Smith and draws the foul. So the lead down to 7, chance to cut it to 6. Being down 20, this is exactly what a team needs to do. You just kind of dig deep. You can't get it all back at once. They had a little hot streak from the three-point line, but they've really ratcheted up their defense, and they're picking up Cheyenne so high in the front court that it's causing problems for Cheyenne, and that's probably something that Coach Brandt's going to have to talk about at halftime about how they want to deal with that. And you see that
Zanker finds Bernstein.
That double team comes, and now they're going to get, I think that was Jonathan on that. There's a lot of contact
down there.
But again, that's how EDC basketball, that's how tournament basketball was played. And that's something that I think probably night in and night out, this is probably pretty average for the WDA. And lots of times there are East teams that get to a state tournament and they struggle with this type of physicality in a game. And so I think it's great. This is, basketball is a contact sport. And you don't want it to be cheap, but you want it to, it's okay to have some contact here. That one's poked away by Dosh from behind on Keller. And Cheyenne going to get an opportunity to possess once again.
Krejci finds Zanker on the inbound. Bernstein driving inside.
Good take. And there comes the foul. That one they're going to get Dosh on. That's his first. Team's 5th.
Dosh pleading the case there.
Good take. Good aggressive drive to the basket. Way to get to the rim by Bernstein.
He hits his first. Hits his second as well. So puts it back up by 9. As Schindler gets around one man.
That one is over and back.
So 15-2, left to go.
You would expect Cheyenne to hold for that last shot, maybe get this back to double digits as Monaco comes back for Pay. Pace has definitely quieted down from way it had been, but still this has been a very aggressive and physical and fast-moving first half. As Krejci was going to go with the backdoor cut there to Keller, and Monaco is going to pick that one up. 6-team foul. Still just going to be an out-of-bounds play with 4.8 on the clock. It's Keller gimping a little bit there.
Zanker to Bernstein, back to Keller. Deep 3 ball. That one off the back iron. So 39-30. The end of half number 1.
A lot happening in that first half. Cheyenne gets off to the fast start. Really did a great job defensively against Red River, causing them all sorts of fits, limiting them to one opportunity on the offensive end. But then Red River makes a few threes, picks up their defensive intensity. Cheyenne gets a little sloppy with the ball, and suddenly a 20-point lead turns to a 9-point lead. So this, if the second half's like the first, should be a really entertaining remainder of the game.
Yeah, so with that 9-point lead heading into half number 2, we'll take a short break and be right back as we are in for some more basketball action, I guess.
Discover the experience that awaits you at North Dakota State University. Join the Bison family where connections run deep, from the classroom to the field and beyond. Build an exciting career with the help of industry-leading faculty. Tap into the power of the herd and make unforgettable memories in Fargo, one of the best college towns in the Midwest. Don't wait. Find your adventure at North Dakota State University.
So shoulder pain is one of the most common things I see. When Linda came in, she complained of pain in both her shoulders.
You did all the work on the left one, and by the time I had the second one done, I could do anything I wanted to do.
Shoulder replacement, the whole point of that is really to get rid of the pain and get you back to doing normal things again.
You listened to what I wanted, and it worked out great.
We were a good team.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I think so.
Tour the beautiful campus of North Dakota State University in Fargo. Learn about majors, scholarships, our free application process, and get a free t-shirt. Register now at ndsu.edu/visit.
If you're thinking about growing your family someday, we'd like to remind you of one simple thing. Babies bring us joy. With an unwavering commitment to delivering the highest quality care, Essentia Health is ready when your someday arrives. Essentia Health, caring for you and your future.
I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground then it go off. Yeah, yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my.
A few years ago, my hip was getting to the point where it was affecting my life.
So then when I met you in the office, you listened to what I had to say.
My goal is to teach patients about their diagnosis, explain the treatment options so that they can make the decision that is best for them. Because we don't just treat what an x-ray tells us.
Our goal is to get the best possible outcome for the patient. It's just a great feeling to know that you help that patient get back to doing the things they want to do.
And now I have a new hip that feels fantastic.
What would you do with a second chance? At Essentia Health, we understand the significance of second chances. Our heart specialists see them every day. That's why regular checkups and heart screenings are vital, even if you feel fine, and especially when you have a family history. Essentia Health is the right place for early detection, advanced treatments, comprehensive cardiac rehab, for second chances. At Essentia Health, we work hard to keep your heart strong for what's next.
Our health. It's what keeps us doing what we love. It keeps our communities strong. So, how are you doing? There's no easier way to take care of yourself than checking in with us, your primary care team at Essentia Health. In person or online, we offer scheduling and appointment options that fit your life. We'll care for you today and keep an eye on things for the future, and if needed, get you back on track. So take some time to connect with us, because it's always good to check in.
One thing that I've always enjoyed about being a physician is just the patient and physician relationship.
Part of why I trusted him is because I felt more than just a patient.
We figured out the best situation for my injury, and we chose the one that would best fit me.
I'm a huge sports fan, have been my whole life and still am today. I have a strong desire to help people maintain their activity levels and to get back to doing the things that they are passionate about.
Discover the experience that awaits you at North Dakota State University. Join the Bison family where connections run deep, from the classroom to the field and beyond. Build an exciting career with the help of industry-leading faculty. Tap into the power of the herd and make unforgettable memories in Fargo, one of the best college towns in the Midwest. Don't wait. Find your adventure at North Dakota State University.
So shoulder pain is one of the most common things I see. When Linda came in, she complained of pain in both her shoulders.
You did all the work on the left one, and by the time I had the second one done, I could do anything I wanted to do.
Shoulder replacement, the whole point of that is really to get rid of the pain and get you back to doing normal things again.
You listened to what I wanted, and it worked out great.
We were a good team.
Yes, I think so.
Tour the beautiful campus of North Dakota State University in Fargo. Learn about majors, scholarships, our free application process, and get a free t-shirt. Register now at ndsu.edu/visit.
All right, folks, welcome back here to the Cheyenne Gymnasium for half number 2 of the second game of the doubleheader. Mustangs lead the Rough Riders 39-30 here coming out of the first half. Keller with 15 from that first half, the 4 and 5 seed, as we are in the quarterfinals EDC now officially.
Updates from around the boys' scoreboard. Davies clinging to a 7-point lead against South with 4 minutes to go in that one. West Fargo all over Fargo North, 75-39. And Horace, 51-28, with about 13 minutes to go in that one. And here we have the 9-point lead. So we'll see what adjustments were made. I would not be shocked with their quickness if we don't see Red River continue to pressure high in the front court, trying to jump some players, see if they can get some double teams, see if they can create some turnovers. We'll see if anything Coach Brandt did was meant to adjust for that. And there's a turnover to start things. And Schindler pushes tempo.
Schindler.
Great job by Bernstein coming over. And Krejci going to attack. That one gets blocked.
Walters coming down with that rebound pretty steady. So this one finds Neal. Neal finds Schindler. Walters step back. And a block there from Bernstein. So that three's in and out there for Jonathan. And it's going to go the Mustangs' way.
Some long rebounds there. Ball flying all over. Guys poking at it. Ends up with Cheyenne.
Kind of a scramble here to start out the second half, as still waiting on our first points. So that one's tipped away by Schindler there. Spielman finds Krejci. Trey coming off of Tanner Krejci.
Good find again. It's created by the penetration and then the kick out, rather than just swinging the ball around the perimeter and then settling for a three. You make that defense move and react, and that creates an open look for a player. It also eats time off that shot clock.
Inside there, and that one's going to be a foul, as Jonathan is going to get fouled there by Krejci. Krejci's second.
I thought Bernstein was going to step over to help, but he let Jonathan go by, and Krejci couldn't catch up, and then fouls him from behind.
Jonathan hits his first. Hits the second, so back to within 10. And Wolf, like we talked about in the first half, these Rough Riders have been keeping up with the Mustangs, as the Mustangs went on that 20-point run or so, and keeping up with them as the Riders here, as Spielman misses a three. And
that was a push-off by Bernstein. That was a pretty easy call there. Yeah, you know, Red River's athletic. They're quick. And, again, we see them with that high ball pressure looking to jump the ball handler, if at all possible, and force them into a fast, uncontrolled pass. And to this point, Cheyenne hasn't really had an answer for that, as Schindler can't find the mark and Krejci controls. And we anticipated this type of game when we talked about it. We said a 4-5 matchup, as Krejci in and out. Good job by Bernstein. Has such a height advantage against Neal there that that's just too easy for him.
Schindler with speed now.
But, you know, this 4-5 matchup is always that most tightly contested, and you should expect that. Great
Jonathan
spin move.
with the spin move and goes inside.
And that's going to be
connects on the end one.
The third on Krejci, and that's going to get Zimny off the bench because there's still 15 minutes to go. And I don't know that there's a lot Krejci could do with that one. That was just a really nice move by Jonathan. But it is the third on Krejci. Third team foul already this half for the Mustangs. And the old-fashioned 3-point play, drops it to single digits once again.
Zimney here somehow finds
that was a
Spielman.
dangerous play.
Spielman misses the mark on that. And
great job by Bernstein.
All alone.
And Brant gets the timeout before it can be tied up. So nice job by Bernstein fighting for that one. I'm not sure I would have that high screener every time because that's bringing that defender for that jump right there, that double team. I don't know that Smith or Spielman would need that kind of help, or Zanker for that matter. I think you can get into whatever set you're looking for without bringing someone to set that high screen. But when they bring it, that's when they're jumping that, and then things get kind of a wild scramble for a while for the Mustangs. So if it were me, I don't know that I would want that to happen. I would look to try and set something else up. But regardless, anytime a screen is coming for a Cheyenne player, Red River is jumping that to try and make it a double team, as Cheyenne's going to possess here with a baseline out of bounds play.
.42 left to go here as the inbound goes to Spielman. Keller now chips out.
Good patience.
Spielman over to Smith with the 3-ball. Nylon.
There's a good catch and shoot. Good job by Spielman Smith moving without the ball, catching with his feet set, and just had to go up with that one.
Neal tries to set something up here, finds Walters. Walters with the 3-ball, heavy coverage, and that one's short. As Jonathan can't handle, and they'll say that's a foul on Bernstein.
A lot of long rebounds off the rim here. Cheyenne, it's not that they've been in bad position all these times, but because of the long rebounds, Red River, their activeness and they're willing to go after it has allowed them to get some offensive rebounds and second looks, second possessions each time.
Bernstein's second of the night. As Jonathan with the right hand.
And there Bernstein picks up his third. And we mentioned foul trouble could be an issue. You got to find a way to stay out of foul trouble, and that's going to be Bernstein's third. So now your front line of Krejcia and Bernstein are on the bench, and you're rolling with Gable and Zimney. And not that they're terrible players, but that's not your starters up front. The lead, again, back to 9. This is where you're going to have someone like Keller step up and kind of be the leader offensively and get some scores. Good attempt there by Schindler to take that one.
Keller with the 3-ball, that one off the back iron. As the Riders will turn the other way. Dosh drive inside, tried to go up, and that one's blocked down by Zimney.
The ref's still letting them play. Coach Crafting, I don't think he'll like that one. He's going to take a timeout. So 47-38, 13-24 to go. We'll be right back. Stick around.
Tour the beautiful campus of North Dakota State University in Fargo. Learn about majors, scholarships, our free application process, and get a free t-shirt. Register now at ndsu.edu/visit.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Cheyenne Gymnasium here as 13:24 left to go in the second half. Mustangs lead it 47-38. Really not tallying out of that, 10-point range. I don't think the Riders have even had the lead since the first two. Or the first three, excuse me.
They've chipped away. They've tried to, and they are keeping it close. They're keeping it in single digits or around that 10, 12-point margin, but they haven't gotten any closer than that either.
Zimney with the 3-ball. That one drains.
Well, and when you have foul trouble, you need guys to step up and figure things out. And that was a big made three by Wyatt Zimney.
Walters on the
Wow,
inside
high
connects.
off the glass. Really nice job on that take by Walters. Great job getting downhill to the rack.
Keller now driving inside, and I think it's going to be a floor foul coming against Walters.
Five team fouls already for the Mustangs, 12:50 to go. So odds are that Red River's going to make it to the bonus pretty quickly here in this half.
Gable on the inside, trying to make some
There's
room,
a
goes up with the
travel,
right
yeah.
hand, and it will be a travel.
You know, Gable does some really good things getting to the rim and finding a way to get that shot off, but it's when he puts that head down his driving, you just expect that's where he's going to end up, is at the rim. And it would help if he were to see the court a little bit more and realize when he was stuck there. Is Zanker now going to hound Schindler? And he's done the best job, I think, on Schindler all night defensively. Max has done a really good job handling Schindler defensively all night.
Monaso now from the top of the key. Finds Dosh. Gable with the steal. Keller out to Zanker.
Yep. Again, just relax. There's a good look.
Spielman open three air ball.
Cheyenne turning up the heat defensively here.
Schindler here. On that wide side, retrieves the screen from Dosh. And the three ball is pretty long there for Jonathan.
Yeah.
Spielman gets one down low to Zimney. Zimney.
Good step through. Not going to make it. Sticks with it.
Gets
And there's
fouled.
a foul by Jonathan. That's going to put Zimney at the line for two. Nice work by Zimney.
Wyatt hits his first. Bumps it back up to 12.
That's 5 big points by Zimney here in the last couple minutes, as you have Bernstein and Krejci both on the bench with 3 fouls. So that's been huge in help scoring for the Mustangs. Got to find that offense from somewhere.
Dosh with the 3.
And he cashes in.
Spielman now pushing pace.
Yeah.
Keller driving side,
Great
finds
find.
Zimney.
And
Connects.
the end one. So Wyatt Zimney stepping up. Great find by Keller. Zimney wears the contact and gets an and one opportunity.
Pay will see the second half here for the first time.
As Keller's
on the
going
Red
to get
River
a break.
side.
Cheyenne on the smaller side, which probably matches up with Red River right now better than being long.
Zimney makes it a 3-point play there.
An 8 now for Zimney.
Receives a screen. Pay trying to take a drive inside. He finds Schindler on the outside of the paint. And
Good job defensively by Zanker tonight. Another long rebound.
Walters now with a 3. That one doesn't go. Excuse me, it was Schindler on that far side.
Good job by Gable. Again, just settle down and use some time here.
Wyatt hits a three.
Feeling it. I think you want to be situationally aware here. That worked out for Cheyenne, but there is no need to take that first three that presents itself as Dosh cashes in. Slow down, burn some clock, work through a progression. See if you can get some penetration, then look for a kick. The three ball is always going to be there.
Zimney makes some room, gets a left hand up, can't drop, and that one's going to go
off Zimney
in favor
there.
of the Riders.
So Bernstein and Keller return and Krejcia. So going to have to be smart. Nice minutes from Wyatt Zimney and a great 11 points has kept them in it. Keller hasn't scored here in the second half. So Zimney, it was the one that propped them up for the last few minutes. But both Krejcia and Bernstein are going to have to be really smart defensively here and not pick up that fourth foul.
Dosh out to pay.
Again, Zanker doing such a good job on Schindler defensively as Monasaw knocks that one down. And I get the feeling like they're willing to let him shoot from 15 all night long. Oh, there it is.
As that one's inside there and an and one.
And I ain't going to get pay on that. Undercutting maybe.
Up by 12 now.
So again, 9 has been as close as Red River has been. Cheyenne has found a way all night to answer every time. Red River gets to 9, but that's as close as they've allowed it as Walters is going to attack, and I think Keller's going to get that one on the floor, and that'll be a baseline out of bounds for Red River. That's 6 now on Cheyenne. Next one will put Red River in the bonus for the rest of the game. Red River still with only 4 fouls this half.
Inside to Dosh with the right hand.
Really nice little jump hook there by Dosh.
Zanker tried to go to Bernstein there, and that one's tipped away there by Schindler.
Schindler tried to sell that as if Zanker had thrown away, but it was tipped by Schindler. As Pay and Monasaw going to take a break. 15 on the shot clock here for the Mustangs.
Krejcia with a 3 ball of his own. As some speed from Neal catches him in the end as Dosh fights a battle and gets a 2.
That's 18 now for Dosh. I think there's going to be a warning about touching the ball after it enters the, or 20 now for Dosh, but a warning for touching the ball once it enters the cylinder. Little warning for Red River about a delay of game there.
Zanker finds Keller. Keller with the drive inside and a left hand, and that's going to be a foul on Walters.
Good take by Keller, who's had a quiet second half.
That's Walters' 4th, too, Wolf.
Yeah.
So we'll get a sub here, being in Dean Miller. Keller hits the first. Keller hits his second. Neal finds Schindler on this. Dosh with the 3 ball. That one connects.
He is feeling it. 23 now for Dosh. Good hesitation by Keller, but
that one long.
Yeah, that you got to use more of that shot clock. Unless that's an uncontested layup, you just need to be a little more aware of what you need to do to be a little more disciplined offensively.
Gosh, almost has that one tipped away. So that one's going to be thrown out.
And that one is turned over by Red River with a little pressure from.
I think Jonathan was the last one to touch it, so it did reach him, but. Zanker finds Keller here. Keller with the mid-range. That one doesn't drop. And a rebound from Bernstein.
Bernstein back up and in without coming down with it. Miller with his back turned to him, never had a chance to put up a hand to do anything about it. Good spin move by Jonathan.
Can't connect.
It was halfway down and just a bad bounce.
This one's inside to Bernstein.
Good job.
Finds Krejci tried to go back to him there and just mishandled that. Dosh makes some room. As that one's intercepted by Krejci.
Good anticipation. Good finish by Zanker. That's what you want in transition. Off of steals, off of missed shots. That's when you're going to have your best chance at transition baskets. You'll get them every once in a while off a made basket. And it's okay to push tempo, but don't necessarily think you have to get a shot off of a made basket.
Miller now. As Neal pulls the trigger on a 3, can't get it to go.
And here's a chance for Cheyenne to open that up, this lead.
Bernstein now driving side. Heavy.
A lot of contact.
Heavy contact there.
No call. Again, refs letting him play as Dosh.
Dosh with the moving 3 ball there.
Great save by Zanker. It's a little slow getting up, but there's a timeout, and Brandt's going to talk about that last take by Bernstein where there was no foul called. So 69-55, 5:03 to go. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, folks, here to the Cheyenne Gymnasium. 69-55 here, 5:03 left to go in the second half.
Update on some scores. Fargo-Davies and West Fargo, both winners tonight on the boys' side. Horace leading Grand Forks Central by about 23 with 13 minutes to go. So it looks like Horace may well be on their way to winning that one. I believe it's going to be Davies and West Fargo then squaring off on Friday night on the winner's side of the bracket. And assuming that if Cheyenne can hold on here, the winner of this game, regardless, whether it's Cheyenne or Red River, they will play against Horace. And all of the second round, semifinal, play-in games, championships, those sorts of things are all going to take place at the Shack on Friday and Saturday.
This one all the way across to Keller here. Spielman now Finds Keller from beyond the arc. That one's short. Spielman back up with a rebound of his own. And Keller goes up with the right hand.
So it's up to 16 and under 5 to go. Red River's going to have to be putting some pressure on, a press, some kind of jumping every screen, whatever it is in transition here. Cheyenne looks to try and get something that's thrown away by Krejci, but fortunately off of Walters, as Monaso is going to come back for Neal. But again, Red River has to do something down 16 here. They're going to have to try and be going for as many steals, and there's one right there by Dosh. As he almost loses the handle on it.
Schindler now chips out to Dosh, and that one's short, but Bernstein's going to get called.
So that's his fourth, and that'll be a 3-shot foul for Dosh. And this is worst case scenario if you're Cheyenne. You never want that clock stopped and your opponent scoring. That fourth foul at 3:56, I think if you're Coach Brandt, I'm willing to roll the dice here and just keep Bernstein on the floor. He's gone 5+ minutes without picking up, or until he picked up that fourth. So I would just let him go, and I think it's more valuable to have him out there for as long as possible than it is anything else. As Dosh makes the second.
Dosh hits its second.
And the third. Second and third,
excuse me.
So we'll stick around for this one. I'm going to guess, with the timeout taken here by Red River, you're going to see a press coming out of this. Cheyenne not going to be able to run the baseline on this one, so they're going to be stuck in that position. But I would anticipate some kind of full court press, whether it's man or my guess is going to be a jumping type of press, 2-2-1, diamond press, a 1-2-1-1, a 1-2-2, something like that. They're going to be looking to try and create some turnovers here, because under 4 minutes, down 14. It's 5 possessions at this point, and you have a foul to give. Only 5 team fouls for Red River at this point. But you've got to try and create some turnovers, see if you can create a steal, get something easy in transition, and you just have to keep that press on. I don't know that there's anyone per se in foul trouble for Red River after Walters fouled out. Or, I'm sorry, not Walters. It was, who was it that fouled out for Red River? Wasn't there someone that fouled out?
I don't think anyone's
no one has.
Out for
Okay.
Red River.
But here's that press. So I don't know if it's going to be man, but I would guess they're going to try and, right there is that jump, and there's the steal. Blocked by Keller, followed up by Walters, but it stays with Red River. That's what you've got to anticipate. That's what's coming, and that's what Red River has to do the rest of the half, the rest of the game, to see if they can make something happen here.
So this one finds Walters. Walters,
great find.
Sneaky pass there as Dosh can't connect. That was a sneaky pass to Monaso by Walters on the inside of the paint, and great stop there by Bernstein.
And
great hesitation.
That's the hard part of pressing like that, looking to double team anytime you can, as Walters connects from 3. He wasn't out of bounds yet before that happened, and there's a turnover for Cheyenne. Trying to be sneaky, and that is a legal thing to do. You can have someone step out of bounds and pass it to them, but he had not entered yet, or had not come out of bounds yet. He was still in the air when that pass was thrown to him. So 13 points is the lead. Coach Brandt looking for an explanation. He gets it. I don't know if he likes it, but he gets it. And there's a look for Walters. And that's 2 in a row.
Keller now double
There's
team
another
Walters.
turnover. And that's
Gets a
going to be the
foul.
4th on Krejcia. But they've dropped this down to 10 and going to send Walters to the line to try and cut it to 8. It is a 1-and-1 still. Too much passing in too tight of an area for Cheyenne here. You got to spread this out somewhat and then come back to the pass to break this. As Walters makes the first, and it's back to 9. Again, that's as close as Red River has been the entire second half. Until now.
Zanker finds Spielman.
Again, take your time.
Zanker open 3. That one off the back iron. Krejcia with the rebound. Krejcia with another rebound.
The
and
big
there
men
it
bailed
goes.
them out, but there was no need for that shot when you're up by 8 under 3 minutes. You just need to use time. Be patient. As Schindler is going to pick up a foul from Zanker, I think. Still a 1-and-1, but hate to see that clock stopped. And then what it also does is if they make these free throws, it allows them to set up that press as Schindler makes the first. And the
Schindler
second,
makes
and
the
they're
second.
right back into that press.
Bernstein now, 2:30 left to go.
Again, just take care of the ball. Yeah,
There's a
let
foul.
them foul you. They have to be aggressive, but you don't want to take unnecessary shots when you don't have to. This is when you have to learn to accept that there's going to be pressure and there's going to be physicality, and that's okay. Yes, burn time, very good. Yeah. Again, be patient.
Bernstein inside. Can't connect on it. Schindler now blocked by Bernstein, and that's going to, I think, just being out of bounds. I don't think there was a foul on that.
No. Just swatted out of bounds play for Red River here.
This one's out to Dosh. Schindler now deep 3 ball from the 10-foot line. As that's going to be a timeout coming for Coach Crafting. So 75-70, Mustangs lead at 1:51 to go. We'll be right back.
Tour the beautiful campus of North Dakota State University in Fargo. Learn about majors, scholarships, our free application process, and get a free t-shirt. Register now at ndsu.edu/visit.
All right, folks, welcome back here to the Cheyenne Gymnasium. 1:51 left to go here, 75-70. Mustangs lead game 2 of the doubleheader. As
Red River now out of timeouts. Also, the next foul by Red River puts Cheyenne at the line for the 1-and-1. Next foul by Cheyenne puts Red River at the line for the double bonus. And a little change of defense here from Red River out of this timeout. They're still going to look to jump.
Krejci and Bernstein both with 4 fouls as well.
Good patience by Bernstein. Let them come to you.
Ooh.
Good job by Zanker. Good patience. Good job. Again.
Spielman out to Krejci. Open look. That one's wide left. Rebounded by the Mustangs. Krejci.
Just hold on. Yes. There you go.
Spielman now. Krejci over to Keller.
You still have 18 seconds on this shot clock. Make them go for steals.
Bernstein. Keller inside.
There you go. What great patience. What a great offensive sequence. Didn't rush, didn't take shots that were unnecessary. You've made it a 3-possession game once again.
Schindler over to Dosh. That one's off the front iron.
And there you go. And now you're going to go to the line.
So 39 seconds left to go here as Zanker goes to the line for the 1-and-1, or 1-of-1, excuse me. And Neal will come back in there for Monticello.
Defensively, no fouling. Don't stop that clock and just be patient on offense. Make them chase you. You don't have to take a shot. But that's one thing that this team struggles with is just realizing the situation. I know it's tempting to take that open 3, to pull that trigger, but you got to be thinking bigger picture. You got to get the 2 wins before you get 2 losses. That's how you get to state. Doesn't matter how it looks. It doesn't matter by how many. You just need to be smart and win.
Missed 2 ball there by Schindler as Krejci throws this one to Spielman. Keller's going to dunk one down.
And now a 4-possession game with 15 seconds. This one is over.
3 ball coming off of Neal. That one in and out. As Zanker.
I think they're going to get a foul on that one.
I think they're going to pick up the foul.
That's on Jonathan. So, Tristan, we've seen Cheyenne has lost some heartbreaking games this year at the buzzer. And, you know, a lot of that just you have to know what your job is at that moment. And hopefully that last possession before the Keller dunk is what this team needed to say, oh, okay, this is how we handle ourselves in that situation. But until they're able to do that on a consistent basis, you know, it gives their fans a heart attack as they watch what's going on out there. But a nice job of Cheyenne holding on. Red River made a valiant comeback to be down 20 in the first half and really keep pushing Cheyenne the entire time. Great effort by Red River, but they're just ultimately going to come up short on that, and Red River moves on for a date with Horace on Friday night at the Shield Center.
Cheyenne or Red River?
Cheyenne. I'm sorry. Cheyenne moves on. Red River will move into that cross bracket onto the loser side, but Cheyenne moves on. And so on the girls' side, you're going to see a Horace game against Shanley and Davies and Cheyenne. That's on Thursday night. On the boys' side, you're going to see Horace and Cheyenne and Davies and West Fargo. Should be 4 really good games in the semifinals. Again, the winners of the games on Thursday and Friday night automatically are going to the state tournament. Losers have to come back on Saturday and win a play-in game.
Most definitely. So, like you talked about, Wolf, Red River was in this thing till the end.
Yeah.
And especially in that last minute, they were still putting up shots within those last 6 seconds. I think it was, I want to say it was Walters who put up another shot. And that kind of just shows you what type of team Red River is going to be here in the CDC tournament later
Yeah,
on,
they're
and maybe
not
even getting to state.
They're not an easy out. It's not a team that you want to face.
You know, and obviously the scoreboard doesn't reflect that totally tonight, but Red River battled this thing to the end, and I credit them for that, and it should be interesting to see where they're going to match up, this weekend as well as maybe even the weekend at state.
It wouldn't shock me that they're playing in a play-in game on Saturday, and again, they're a dangerous opponent. So, you got to take care of business. You got to be smart. You got to know what's going on at all times in a game, because one or two bad possessions can mean the difference between being in the lead or winning a game to losing it or being in a really bad situation.
I think on the other side of things too, one thing I think you should work on before this weekend would be fouls, because it kind of showed here with both Krejci, Bernstein, a lot of the big man on Cheyenne's side of the ball, reached that 4 foul mark, that 3 foul mark early on,
and had to sit for a time. And really a shout out to Wyatt Zimney. His 11 points were huge when Keller hadn't scored in the second half. When they needed offense, he carried this team for about a 3 or 4 minute stretch here in the second half until Bernstein and Krejci came back in the game. So hats off to Wyatt Zimney. Fantastic job off the bench tonight.
And that's also got to be a comfort for Coach Brandt if you think about it too, because knowing that you can go into the bench a little bit if you get in foul trouble or if you get in trouble or anything like that, it's definitely a comforting feeling, I think.
Yeah.
Knowing you have those guys that'll back you up and when times are hard in a game or anything like that. So yeah, I think if we don't have anything to add on to that, Cheyenne goes on to play Horace Friday night for the guys, I think, right?
Yep, and the girls will play Davies on Thursday night. And again, win that game, you're into the state tournament.
I want to say the girls beat Davies too last week, didn't they? No?
No.
Oh, so I might have read that wrong. So
both teams have not, the boys have not beaten Horace this year. The girls have not beaten Davies. So, this will be a tough match certainly for both teams, but, it's tournament time. Anything can happen, and you just got to come out and play your game and execute your game plan and see what happens.
Yeah, so Thursday and Friday, be sure to head up to the Shack if you can make it and watch some North Dakota high school basketball as we're winding down here on winter season, and before you know it, it's going to be spring, and baseball, golf, and track and field will be running through. And
we hope it'll be spring sometime soon, absolutely.
It's warming up, Wolf. It's warming up.
All right.
With that, we thank you for joining us tonight, and for everyone up here in the booth, I'm Tristan Maroc.
I'm Dan Wolf.
Good night, folks.